I'm going to go a little bit off and talk about something that's really current to the day. From your side of the world, the church there with His Excellency and the unfortunate things that happened there. Based on your definition of spirit, a lot of people are saying that this man was crazy. But was he?
You know, well, first of all, I don't ever discuss religion in public.
Mm-hmm.
It's a choice I made more than 20 years ago
Fair.
because of an experience at the Million Man March in Washington, D.C. That I had. The only thing I want to say in response to your question is that we are going to see some very important things happening from now on in Jamaica as it relates to the spirit world. And the other thing is that the church, the established church, gets an opportunity to define what is a part of that church versus what is not a part of that church. And so religion is a site of contestation.
Okay.
It's about power. It's about who gets to define, who gets to label, who gets to determine who is included versus who is excluded. And I think that, you know, I was having a conversation the other day with somebody and they said, but look how we must treat in the liquor boys and, you know, all of these things that were coming out in terms of, you know, what might be questionable in terms of his sexuality.
Right.
You know, all of these kinds of things. And I was like, if your vision in this time is short and you're not really exposed, you're gonna miss the fact that the Catholic Church has had a major problem with pedophilia. You're gonna miss the fact that the established church has had major challenges in and of itself. So who determines what nowadays? That's my only response.
And that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So as a student of culture,
Yes.
I am never one to denigrate what other people have come up with as a system to worship. I cannot as a student of culture.
That's what I thought too. Being a spiritual culture that we are as well, you know, we are very, I think I see it, we intertwine a lot of superstition into what is real. So the lines get blurred.
Remember that this is a country in which Obia is also still on the books as outlawed.
Yes.
And yet Obia represents perhaps one of the finest, let's say, traditions that would link us back to our African past. And there are some people who would listen to this and say, but the African past, we don't want to go back there, so.
Right.
But how do you take something out of yourself?
Right.
Melanated peoples live here.
Yes. Yes.
And that blood in our veins cannot be erased.
Yes. So interesting days ahead, I agree.
Very interesting days ahead.
Interesting days ahead.